I want to get to is the Rams versus Cowboys preview. Yes, after a road trip to Santa Clara, we get to return home and we welcome in the Dallas Cowboys. Always an exciting game when you play the Cowboys. They have the largest fan base in the NFL, to my understanding. Cowboys fans are a passionate group, and no doubt there are going to be some Cowboys fans in SoFi Stadium. And I've been to SoFi. I loved it. I realized something, though, when I was there. Los Angeles being a tourist destination naturally brings in fans from other teams. At one of the hotels I stayed at, I got talking to a Falcons fan when I was there, and he said something. He's like, "Oh, when we saw the Falcons were playing the Rams, we decided to make a vacation of it. We came for a week. We did Disney, we did Hollywood, we did Universal, we did the beach, and then we came for the Falcons at the Rams game." And then it hit me. I was like, people always say that like SoFi is filled up with other teams' fans, but I think just naturally, LA being such a tourist denomination or destination, you're always going to have fans there from other teams. And now Ram fans do show up. They do. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And, SoFi tailgating was so cool. And seeing all the Ram fans there, it was awesome. It was awesome. But I do think, naturally, you're going to have fans from other teams come just because of LA. And I'm sure there are lots of Cowboys fans that are making their vacation plans in LA this week. And they're at Disney, they're at Universal, they're having a good time, and they're going to come to this game. Now, if we share the screen, which we're going to here, because sharing is caring, and we're going to go to the Rams. Where am I putting my preview here? Yes, the Rams versus, or no, that's the injury report here. Give me one sec. Oops. Okay, just going to focus here, bring up the right tab. Okay, we're going to the Rams versus the Cowboys. Oh, no. Okay, we're just going. Rams must have lost the tab. Oops, spelled it wrong. Boys. Okay, here we go. I always like to check out the ESPN game summary. So in this game, you have comparing the quarterbacks, you have Cooper Rush here, and he is 62 of 102 throws. He has 737 yards and 4 touchdowns. Stafford is 106. So Stafford has more throws than Cooper Rush has attempts this year in a game. He's 106 of 150 for 1,015 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Leading into this, so definitely, not two quarterbacks that are on fire right now. However, if you look to the running backs, they're not on fire that much either. Now, as for receivers, we do have CeeDee Lamb, who's playing at a very high level, and of course, Cooper Kupp is playing at a Cooper Kupp level, which is the best wide receiver in football. And yeah, I think this is a game that CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Kupp might be kind of the stars of the show here. If you look at the spread, the Rams do have the minus 5.5 and on it there on the spread. And so over under is 42.5. So Vegas is predicting some points to be scored in this game. If you look at the injury report here, this is a summary of it. Jake Ferguson, Dak Prescott, or obviously Dak Prescott and Damon Clark are out for the Cowboys. Former Ram Jake McQuaid, their long snapper, he's on IR. Their safety Wilson's out or questionable, and then their tight end is also questionable in Jake Ferguson. For the Rams, we know Fuller's out 2 to 4 weeks. Brian Allen is questionable. Coleman Shelton is questionable. No, he's not, because we know he's on IR for for a little bit. So that another lineman gone. So I guess this is wrong here. So we're going to go to the full injury report here. There we go. And we're going to go control find and then Rams. And then we're going to go there. Yeah. Okay. Here we got the full injury report. So this here is super discouraging. All these people on IR. But David Edwards, questionable, potential to play. We know he's got a clear concussion protocol. McVay talked about how he was happy with David Edwards not forcing himself into the game. He said something's not right because, yeah, we want, especially, I think we've learned in the past week that any sign of concussion, you want to be 100% past it before you get back on the field. Coleman Shelton's going to be out, unfortunately. And then we're hopeful that David Long and Kobe Durant can play so that our secondary is intact. Taylor Rapp, questionable. Brian Allen, I think they said he's day-to-day. He had a minor procedure on his knee, but getting our starting center back would be huge for the Rams. Ultimately, I think this is a game that the narrative is going to be that the Cowboys are going to upset the Rams and that they're going to come into SoFi and they're going to beat us. And I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm optimistic in McVay and his ability to lead this team with a bounce back performance. It might be an ugly win again, but I think that we can hog the ball on this Cowboys team, and I think that we'll be able to score enough points. I believe the offense will perform better in this game than they did against the 49ers. And I think the major reason I give the edge to the Rams here is coaching. I have way more faith in Sean McVay than Cowboys fans or anyone else should have in Mike McCarthy. I think that this is a game that Sean McVay can outcoach his opponent, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that we get a win over the Cowboys. That would be so fun. You see all the Cowboys fans reacting to the loss. You see Scooter Magruder making his reaction videos, and that would just be a beautiful thing. It'd be a beautiful thing. I am of the mindset is we got to do something right. This game got way more important. It's an NFC opponent. It's a home game, plus the loss to the Niners. There's a potential that the NFC West goes 3-2 next week. Now, the Cardinals would need to beat the Eagles. I don't see that happening. The Seahawks would need to beat the Saints. I do see that happening. And then, that'd just be insane. And then I believe the 49ers are going to beat the Panthers. So in order to keep pace in this division, this game would be so huge for the Rams to maintain a winning record above 500. And I think that would go a long way. So I'm predicting the Rams to win this game. I go back and forth, but I do think there's going to be some points in this game. I think it's going to be like a 28-24 type of game. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know your score and prediction in the comments. And looking forward to talking football with y'all. So let's get to these comments here.